coming. Help.
Yeah, that's an interesting way to get out of the car. All right, we're getting ready to get moving. Oh, it's so windy today and it's a little bit chilly. So today's adventure, we're going to hike around the superstitions. So we're in Lost Dutchman State Park, so we're on the north side of the superstitions. I usually do the south side with the Peralta Trail. Maybe we'll try tackling that in a couple of weeks before it gets hot. We had to stop at Target to get red vines. His staple hiking food, because
I just ate a giant one.
You just ate a giant one because I forgot to get them when I was grocery shopping. So he has the jumbo twist, which we don't usually get. So we'll see how that goes on trail today. Also, a couple other challenges. It's a bit chilly today. It's in the 50s. I know some of you are going to go, what? 50s? That's beautiful. Yeah, it is beautiful. But when you consider that we spend half of our year fighting 100+ degree weather, it's a little on the chilly side for us. So we've got some jackets, and hopefully once we get moving, we'll be fine. We won't need the jackets. And it's windy. Look at how windy that is. Woo! Because, yeah, it's probably going to rain tomorrow. Fabulous. We're hoping to see some wildflowers. Might be a bit early for wildflowers. We might have to come back or go do a different hike where they usually have wildflowers. But we're hoping to see some wildflowers today. Also, Jack hurt himself yesterday. He was on a scooter. He scraped his ankle on his back brake, and so he's got a little cut. It's bothering him a little bit, so we'll see how he does on the trail. I brought extra band-aids just in case. Always have lots of band-aids, but I brought kid-friendly band-aids. You know, gotta have them. Gotta have the little fun designs. So yeah, we'll see you guys out on the trail.
Look at that! It looks like a nest or something.
This is what we'll be doing today. We're going to try to do the treasure loop, see the green boulder. That might be fun, and then come on back down. Maybe we'll hike a little bit on the Prospector's View Trail and then bring Jacob's Crosscut back down. We'll see what happens. Look at him all the way up there. What energy.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so there seems to be enough rocks that he thinks that we can play Floor is Lava. Yeah, I know. We're hiking and we play Floor is Lava. I blame YouTube for this. I cheat and I use my hiking stick to help me balance.
I already heard you.
What?
I heard you.
Oh man, my cover's blown. Floor is lava. There is no way I'm getting across this gap. There's no rocks, buddy. Can we unlava the floor?
No.
Aw. Well, at least I get the beautiful superstitions to look at.
You have lava boots on.
Oh, I get to have lava boots. Sweet. All right, the hiking can commence. No!
That was loose. That was loose. No, no. This one won't be loose. Whoa!
And this is why it's probably going to take us all day to go.
Mama, I'm taking
3 to
away
4
your lava
miles.
boots in 3.
You're taking away? What? What? Oh,
1,
okay.
0.
Back on the rocks. Floor is lava. Jacob's Crosscut, treasure loop, and now he's breaking
It's bigger than my head.
yeah, because I didn't get to process them at home.
Wait. Behind you.
I know, and here he wants me to show you this. Horse boom. Lots of horses on this trail, so Yes.
Are some people scared of flies?
Maybe. Okay, so
Where's that green?
well, we're gonna head to the green rock. It's where the arrow is pointing. We gotta take Prospector's View Trail this way, not that way, but this way. Okay, we gotta go back towards the Superstitions. This will take us along the base. This will be a really pretty hike. Come on, let's go. So we're just hiking along. We got all these kind of nondescript rocks, and then all of a sudden, you'll come across something like this. Just hanging out. You know, kind of different from everything else.
What?
And then you have to remember
What hanging out?
that rock right there.
That one? That one?
That one. Well, no, see, we've also got the bigger ones that are kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
Because then you have to remember that there used to be, I believe, five volcanoes up in the Superstitions. None of them are active now, of course, but yes.
Wait, that's a volcano?
Yes, there used to be volcanoes. That's what made the Superstitions.
Mama, is there mountains? Is there lava rocks that big?
Yeah, absolutely. There can be all kinds of sizes of lava rocks. Anyway, so on the other side of all this, on the south side, there's a big caldera, and it's pretty interesting to see. So, where does air come from?
Yeah.
Air comes from plants and people, and let's see, carbon dioxide can come in from the erosion of and weathering of certain types of rocks, and from the ocean, and air comes from all over the place. There's all different sources of air.
I'm ready to go.
All right, break number 3 is done. Okay, so Jack found a nice little rock to sit on. Yep. See, nice little rock to sit on right here. It has a really great view of the Superstitions.
I picked it.
He picked it, and so this is now break number 4. All right, so we found a bench up here at the top of the trails where Prospector's View Trail intersects with Treasure Loop Trail, and unfortunately the bench is a little too high for him. But he's determined to sit on it. Ah, success! All right, and here we have a little bit better view of praying hands. Kind of cool. You think that's kind of cool, buddy?
Whoa, Mama, look at those shadows. That is literally covering a whole mountain. Look.
He's...
No, not at that. Over here, look.
Yeah. Holy cow. So anyway, we've got lots of clouds moving in. The trail has gotten really rocky, filled with a ton of scree. So we're going to turn around. It's getting a little too much for him. So, but we got up pretty close. This is pretty cool. I'm digging this. Still no wildflowers though.
a cloud this high?
Well, that's called fog. If it's down on the ground, it's called fog.
Okay, so it's basically, so the fog is basically little tiny clouds or something.
Yeah.
So I've touched clouds before. Fog. Right?
Yeah. So the clouds are getting different. We got these big fluffy clouds that are lower in the atmosphere coming in.
And it's really...
And all these super thin clouds are leaving. All right, so we just stopped here to figure out where we're going. Consulted the map, and now he is eating more red vines. Red vines. So he's eating more red vines. So this is officially break number 5. Break number 5. We're heading on back to the parking lot here, about another half mile or so, and we'll be wrapping things up for the day. All right, so we're back in our car. We have finished the hike. We went, we did the Jacob's Crosscut to Prospector's View, and then picked up the Treasure Loop Trail to come back to the parking lot. I don't know how many miles it was. Last time I checked, we were at 3.5. I'm sure it was more like 4.5 after we take our little side trails and stuff like that. I know it said it got up to 60, 62 degrees, but the wind was super chilly. So we weren't uncomfortable. We weren't cold, but we never took off our layers, our extra layers. So it was enough that we just continued to hike like that. And there's Jack in the background being super silly. What did you like about the hike today, bud?
A dog got to sniff me.
Do you remember the dog's name?
No.
Bunny. That's super sweet little dog Bunny. Lots of dogs on the trail. We saw some horses. We saw a couple of mountain bikers. We did some really cool things today. We talked about we talked a little bit about the geology of the superstitions.
Oh.
Right?
I wanted to show
We
them
did a really fun game when we were sitting on that one rock during break 3, 4, whichever it was. Yeah, we did this really interesting fun thing. We imagined hiking all the way up and touching the superstitions. And then we discussed why there's not a trail up there to do that, because that would just spoil it for everybody. And what else did we do? Remember the other imagining thing we did? Imagine thing that we did where we closed our eyes and we imagined we were in a what?
hot air balloon.
A hot air balloon, and we were flying over the superstitions. I thought, well, that's a view I've never seen of the superstitions before. That would be really cool. So we imagined that, and then he imagined himself doing what?
On my motorcycle?
Jumping out of the hot air balloon.
Oh, yeah.
Silly. Yeah, that kind of spoiled the little imagination game. All right. And some of the other things we did while we were on the hike today, Jack asked a lot of really good questions. He asked, where does the wind come from? So we discussed a little bit about low pressure systems, high pressure systems, things like that, and why we were getting so much wind today. We also discussed the clouds. Early this morning, we had a lot of horsetail type clouds. And then later on in the day, we had some big fluffy clouds. And it was kind of interesting because we could see the higher altitude clouds. I think it's alto strato. I can't remember the name of that right now. Anyway, so we could see the different clouds up top and then the lower clouds right underneath them. And we could see them moving at different rates. And it was kind of fun. So we talked about clouds. We talked about wind. We talked about geology of the superstitions.
And we remember horses crossing the road.
We saw horses crossing the road earlier. We didn't see any wildflowers. It's just, there's just not enough. One. You were sitting right in front of it. It's just too early, I guess. There's just not been enough rain. So there's just no wildflowers this year. Maybe we'll see some later.
It's as big as my head.
It's still as big as your head, I know. And he didn't have any problems with his foot at all. So overall, super great hiking day, and we had a lot of fun. We learned a lot. So, anything else you want to say? No, nothing else he wants to say. Until next week.
Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe.
What he said. Thanks.
Bye.